Are you ready to streamline your operations and drive growth in your business? The right book can be a game changer. And today we're diving into our top 5 books for developing business systems. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more business growth strategies. By the end of this video, you'll have a curated reading list packed with insights on revamping your business systems, ultimately leading you towards a more efficient, profitable, and successful venture. Let's get started and uncover these transformative reads. Welcome to Growth Amplifiers, where we showcase the best tips, resources, and tools to amplify and scale your business. First off, the cream of the crop. You may have heard this book. It's The E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber. In this book, Gerber demystifies why most small businesses fail and provides insights on how to shift from working in your business to working on your business. It's a classic resource on systemizing operations to enable scalable growth. I first heard about that book when I went to a business coach years back. I read it, I liked it, and then a couple years later, I reread it again. I got different things out of it. And then I've read it another couple of times and listened to it over the past few years. And each time I listen to it, some of it's a refresher, but refreshing is good. Even if you know something, it doesn't matter what you know, it matters the actions you take. And more importantly, the results that you're getting. If you don't have the intended results, you may be missing small steps. You may need to improve a few things. And those small little ingredients, those small little touches can make a big difference on the end result. So if you've read it in the past, try rereading it again. I'm sure you'll pick up something new or refresh your memory on something that is really valuable. And if you haven't read it, definitely pick up a copy. Number 2, we have Work the System by Sam Carpenter. It's a guide that draws from Carpenter's own business experiences. It gives you some actionable strategies to identify, refine, and optimize the systems in your business, promoting both efficiency and consistency. I think it's really great to know that you need systems, but defining and dedicating the time to optimize them to run like clockwork is killer. You just can't create the system once and say, oh, it's good to go. It's coming back to it. It's refining it. It's getting it better. Sometimes people get so caught up with getting things perfect, they don't even start at all. And sometimes people get in the mindset, oh, we got it. It's good to go. And they don't take the time to really work the system. So it's a great book, recommended. Sam Carpenter has it. He wrote it, I should say. So check that out if you haven't already. Third, if you haven't heard of this book, you definitely want to get a copy. Traction by Gino Wickman. This is a great book. Gino introduces the entrepreneurial operating system, otherwise known as EOS. This is a practical method for systematically running any entrepreneurial venture. The book covers key aspects such as developing your vision, leading people, tracking and analyzing data, identifying issues, documenting processes, and ultimately getting traction in a business. It's a great book. I think I picked up some of these ideas when I was an action coach. I've implemented some of these ideas into Growth Amplifiers, Amplified Growth System, and it's foundational material. Again, like I mentioned with some of the other books, you may have heard these things, you may have read it. What I see here is a lot of people will read the book, they'll try to self-implement, and they'll be skipping steps. They'll be getting it kind of good, but they'll be missing some things. So I've helped several different businesses give a review of what they're doing with EOS, give some insights to how they can tweak it and adjust it to get better results. If you haven't, read the book. If you have read the book, read it again. And if you're using EOS and you're not working with somebody to implement that, get a fresh perspective. Tell people how you're using it, what are some things that are working well from you, and what are some things you'd like to improve. A guide can help you take things to the next level and get so much more out of it. It's just like a coach with a football team. You can have a winning football team, but a coach can help them become champions. Number 4 is Scaling Up by Vern Harnish. This is a toolbox for growing your business successfully and sustainably. Harnish drives into 4 major decision areas: people, strategy, execution, and cash, presenting frameworks to handle each. I'm a big fan of frameworks. You can read a lot, you can get a lot of information, you can get information overload, you can get stuck into a corner. But when you learn a framework that aligns with you and your culture, and you teach it to your team, and you lead them to utilize it, you can have your business run so much more efficiently and cultivate a culture that just takes your business forward. It pulls you forward. It's really impressive to see. I've been a part of several different business teams to help them elevate their culture and amplify their business. A lot of times they were doing good already. They already had some leadership, but they couldn't see their blind spot. And so they pull me in and I provide some fresh perspective. Sometimes the leaders, they've led their team and they've got a lot of yes men or women working for them who will listen to their direction and say, yes, okay, we'll do that. But then they don't have someone who might challenge them a bit that they can confide in and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. So having someone to work with it can provide that fresh perspective, challenge them in a good way to trying different things to get out of their comfort zone, to raise the bar. That's really how you can take it to a completely different level that wouldn't be possible without having that outside fresh perspective. Number 5, finally, we have a book that I'm a really big fan of. I re-listened to this recently from my trip down to Coconut Point with my family. This book is called Systemology by David Jennings. And Jennings makes a compelling argument that systemizing your business can liberate you from the day-to-day operations. He also offers a step-by-step process to make it happen. It's a nice framework again, and it's an essential read for business owners who are seeking to build a business that works for them, not the other way around. I've implemented some of those systems into my processes for when I'm helping businesses create systems or optimize them. I really like the straightforward approach. Again, a lot of times you can overcomplicate things, and how do we document this in such a way where it's not going to be more involved to try to keep it up to date and utilize it, then people get overwhelmed or they don't create the system. So just want to know, these are some books that I'm sharing. I would love to know your thoughts. What are some books on system development for small businesses and entrepreneurs that you've found handy or helpful? What challenges have you had with systems, creating systems, or getting the people to actually use the systems? There is definitely a way to do it. And if you want to build a sustainable business that is scalable and saleable, you need systems to do that. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, comment. We appreciate all that. Thank you so much for your support. Till next time, keep on amplifying. To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.